Sandra Messman.
And we're man and wife?
Yes, we are.
And we're working partners?
Yes, daily.
And all of the above?
Right.
Okay, that's who we are. The Citizens Furniture Company used to own 421 Main, which is now the Golden Gate Mercantile. When we saw that building in 1971, we thought we could make this a wonderful country store. And so the owner, having met us and talked to us, said, you know, kids, and we were kids at that time, I think you would be an asset. So in 1971, we opened Golden Gate Mercantile. After owning the store for 44 years, what happened, and it happens to all of us, we got older. And as we got older, it became more difficult for us, a lot more work. We decided that maybe it was time for us to find a younger couple.
I was at a trade show, and one of my customers had a store here in Ferndale. It was the Emporium. When she placed her order, she says, so I'm in Ferndale, and I said, oh my gosh, that's my favorite place. I'm gonna move there someday. And she goes, really? And I said, yeah, someday I will. And then she told me that the Mercantile was for sale.
So we put the whole building and the store and the fixtures and the inventory up for sale.
So we checked into it and we got excited, and we decided we were gonna make an offer, and somebody else bought it. And so we were kind of devastated, very devastated.
They seemed very interested in the store, and so in the middle of escrow, they changed their mind. And that was kind of discouraging for us. Actually, it was more than discouraging.
It was depressing.
Depressing and devastating, all the D words.
But life went on, kept working, and then we got a phone call that it fell out of escrow. So I talked my husband into hopping in the car. We drove all night, came up to Sandy and Marlon the next day and said, well, we want to buy the Mercantile. Marlon goes, nope, we're not selling it. We're not doing it. We're closing it down.
And I said, you what?
You what?
And he said, well, it's not for sale. I said, at some time everything's for sale. I said, which way did they go? And so I went out and I saw this couple walking along. Now, I did not know this couple, neither did Marlon, but I gave him the keys. End of story.
Hi, I'm John Kreitzer. My wife and I, Julie Kreitzer, are the current owners of the Golden Gate Mercantile, located in the historic Victorian village of Ferndale, California. What was important to the Messmans was that the store stayed the Golden Gate Mercantile. I believe they had other choices to sell the building previously, but other people wanted not to keep it as the Golden Gate. And it was very important to the Messmans that the Golden Gate continue to be an anchor store for Ferndale. And that was the way we wanted it. We have a passion for antiques ourselves, and we fell in love with the store on our honeymoon trip, and this is why it was a perfect fit for both of us. We wanted to keep the museum and the vignettes, and we wanted to keep all the display cases. So our agreement with the Messmans was to buy it lock, stock, and barrel as is with everything, and just hope to improve upon it.
As we traveled around trying to keep the store unique, we would find antique shops and things that had unique and different items. So every time we traveled, we would pick up furniture and things to sell off the second floor. But all the time we were out there traveling, we'd find different things that would make a really good display. So over the years on the second floor, we built some rooms just to house the nostalgia of our trips.
One of the common threads that we had with Sandy and Marlon Messman was the love for antiques and the history of America. The Messmans set up little vignettes in the upstairs mezzanine, like an old general store, an old seamstress shop, an old haberdashery, an old toy store, so that children and visitors can come up here and see what America was like at the turn of the century, the 10s and the 20s. Something you don't see anymore. And we're going to add to those collections with what Julie and I have personally acquired ourselves over the last 20 to 25 years.
I think the most important thing is loving what you're doing, and I think that's been our formula. And if you talk about success, it isn't how much volume we did or how many customers we had or how big we got. It's doing something that we loved from the day we started, and we loved it even after the day we sold it.